Hi, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you fine. How are you?
Okay, I'm good. How are you doing?
Good, doing well, thank you.
Good. Easy to join. You use Chrome or the app or something, right? To jump on?
Yeah, I was using Chrome. Yeah, it was all good, very easy,
Perfect.
great.
Yeah, yeah, good. That's always the way we like it to work out in first meetings, so
Yeah,
that's a good thing.
yeah, really
So
good.
I think I have to say, like, I think you came in on free conference. At least
Yes.
I think that's what that for. Okay, but for your knowledge, Callbridge is our, it's the platform that we use for it's the back end technology, but it's what we
Okay.
use for, customization, white labeling, integration, anything like that is always going to be the Callbridge platform. It's quite a bit similar, but there's some differences. So
Okay.
that's why we're here in Callbridge and not free conference. So
Right. Right.
um, do you want to just start off and tell me kind of what your thoughts are and what you're looking for?
Yeah, so this is a new platform that we're building right now, and part of it is where, it's really an ability for people to share knowledge and services together. So, for example,
Mm-hmm.
you could buy time to work with somebody who might be a financial planner, for example, and you buy an hour of time, you get on the site, you want to connect with them, you want to talk to them real time, maybe share some documents, get questions answered,
Mm-hmm.
those sorts of things. So, all features that we need: video conferencing, audio conferencing, and
Yep.
sometimes it might be one to many on occasion, but most time it's probably one to one. Um,
Right.
and
Right.
we're looking at sort of building our own capabilities, and then said, well, maybe we should look at potentially
Mm-hmm.
partnerships or OEMs with some other groups that already have this technology, because it's not
Yep.
core to our business. Our business is sort of, it's a piece of what we're doing, but not everything.
Of course. Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
That makes sense. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Gotcha.
we want it sort of integrated in the site. So if you think about, like, a buyer could say, okay, I want to buy this service. I'd like to connect with
Mm-hmm.
this person on this date, this time. It gets scheduled. They both meet at the same time and launch through our app or through our site.
Yeah, and they just launch right through the app. Okay, that's what I
Yep,
was. Yep, that's what
exactly.
I was
And
wondering.
once they're
Yep,
both
yep.
there.
And that's a big, like, we're talking to several other applications, not to suggest they're similar to yours, but just other types of industries who want to do similar
Sure.
integrations where it makes sense. Could you just to communication and connection with whatever your base is makes sense right from the app at times. So
Right.
it's something we're finding more and more people have a need for, and we're talking to those opportunities. It's it, you know it, these it's not like I've got an API and I say, hey, here's the API, now you can go build it this way. We are
Right.
developing those types of things, but it's more of a customized kind of, it's more of not quite a one-off, but it depends on what you are looking for and how it works, and how ready you are to move forward. I mean, we can, I can tell you a little bit about IOTM and the technology
Yeah.
behind Call Bridge, from a layman standpoint here, or at least from my salesperson to enterprise customer stand. So it is a fully integrated platform. So like you're seeing right now, it audio, video, we could do video, we could do screen sharing, we could do document upload, all of those things that are, that everyone is going to be able to do, right?
Right.
Whiteboarding. It's also a fully standalone teleconferencing platform. So we have many customers that will never log in and do what we're doing. They just grab a dial-in number and an access code and talk. That's fine too. It can operate independently, or it can be a combination. So, if you had a colleague that was mobile and driving and just wanted to pop in and listen on their phone, they could do that on our meeting. They just wouldn't be privy to any of the visuals. So it's all of the above. And we work on a fully mesh network. And I'm not sure, I didn't catch, is this going to be more domestic, US, Canada, North America, that type of thing? Or do you have, like, will this be international?
We're hoping it's international as well. So that is
Okay,
the plan.
good.
Yep.
Okay, good. So then that is a little more meaningful when I tell you we have a global mesh network. We have POPs in Hong Kong and London and LA. And that gives us a more seamless experience with, the audio, the video. We can, decide where a user makes the most sense to and direct them to the correct to the correct pop and have that, more enhanced quality for their video and audio clarity, etc. We integrate with dial-in number providers. So IOTM has built this. It's our proprietary network. We developed it. Our engineers and techs run it from Toronto, Canada, even though we are also in LA. So we're in Toronto is kind of where all that software and development and cloud services reside. And then in LA, we've got the actual hardware sitting there. So as well as in the other locations I told you about. But this is our software. This is ours. We started off as there was Cauliflower in Canada and Free Conference in the US. And then the company that owns Cauliflower, which is IOTM, bought Free Conference. This was 2013 and merged everything. And now we're kind of streamlining it and making it, what it is today with the video offerings and the white label and partnership opportunities. So that's kind of an overview of that.
Yeah.
I'm usually on calls with my CEO and my COO when they're going through these opportunities, and they're asking some more of the technical questions. But I've heard, a couple of things that we offer is like, is this, if you're looking for a fully white labeled solution, where nobody knows it's anything but your own communication solution, right? We're in the back end, but you couldn't possibly even dig deep enough if you're a user to find out that it's IOTM in the background. It would be your brand, and that's white label. And there are provisioning costs, implementation, license fees, monthly minimums associated with that type of model. And then we have more of a co-branded or powered by environment where, we can kind of work on that integration, and it could be, your brand powered by Callbridge or IOTM or something like that, and the customers would be able to work in app, but they would be our customers on the back end. I'm not sure. There's a couple iterations of that we can figure out. So do you know kind of what are you just kind of modeling both scenarios right now?
I think that powered by is probably fine. It's not critical for us to be, the name to be hidden or anything like that. So I think that's something that would work.
Yep. Yep. I think that's good. And in many cases, there's a customer support aspect of it that lends itself much better to the powered by. You certainly don't want to hire a team of support. Well, I don't think you do. Support reps troubleshooting why an access code is making in a call, or or how to upload a logo in a platform, right? So so you get exactly. So that makes sense to me. So are you just like, where are you in this process with looking into it? Have you?
Yeah, we're a month or so away from finishing up the marketplace that we're building, and so within the next couple of months, we'd be really looking at integrating, some of the capabilities here. So the marketplace has other capabilities. People can do chat and talk, and that way. And then if they want to launch a live session, then they can both launch it from within an area on the platform.
Okay, got it. And do you have is this like starting from ground zero? You don't have beta users. You don't have an existing base that's coming over from another platform. So you just be kind of growing it from the bottom up, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Yep, perfect. And so you said it's like financial professionals. Are there other industries involved? I'm just trying to think of when I describe it to our team, how I'm.
Yeah, it's really all types of industries that would utilize this. So it's not specific to any one industry.
Okay. And how about, have you thought about I would say a billing model? Like, how would this be something that you would charge for? Have you thought about, sometimes we do things like maybe there's a free version, right? And it's scaled down and everybody can access it. But then if they want the upgraded version, they can upgrade and they pay a certain amount. Have you kind of thought about how that works, or is that included in your package, or?
Yeah, we'd have to understand that. So you think people are
Sure.
buying time together, and that's what they're really paying
Okay.
for. So they may allocate 30
Yep.
minutes, they may allocate an hour, and during
Yeah.
that time,
Got it.
there's a seller and a buyer. And so this will be an option for them. They may just stay on and sort of chat or talk over the connection, but
Mm-hmm.
well, I guess if they want to talk real time, they could launch this as well. So it really depends on how they want to interact, but most of them will. I mean, that's really the plan, is that most people will want to
Got it. Right.
watch a
Mm-hmm.
video from their phone, mobile app. How does the mobile app work? Is it so they have to download an app, or can they, I
Yeah.
guess they would have to
They
download an
could.
app.
They do. Well, you do have a couple options. So you can download iPhone or Droid, an Android app onto your phone, whatever. That's fine. If you have like I have a Pixel, I can actually launch a full Google Chrome browser and join that way. It's not. There's really no advantage to it over the app, in my opinion. It's really just as quick to do the app, but you certainly can do that. Um, in terms of connecting, you can eliminate the need for an app or a browser altogether if it's just a teleconferencing connection. So, if I could just be on my phone and dial a number and an access code if I just want to talk to somebody.
Right.
And, that is as much as we are all talking about video and streaming and all of that these days, a huge portion of population just wants to talk on a on a call. They don't want
Right.
they want to be on video. They don't want to do that. They just want to chat. So
Yep.
so that's
Yep.
definitely going to be something they could do
Well,
too. So I'm not sure. Mhm.
yeah, that's really good, because a big part of what we're trying to do is do things anonymously, so that I could, if I'm a
Mm,
buyer and you're a seller and I want to have a talk with you, I don't necessarily want to give you all my personal information. I don't want to give you my phone number, my email, and none of that stuff. I want to connect with you, probably get to know you
right.
first, and then if I feel like I trust you, then I'm willing to share my personal stuff with you and then engage at a different level.
Hmm.
So if you're,
Yep, that makes
a
sense.
lawyer
Yep.
or something, I may want to just interview you first. And
Right.
so this may allow us to do that, because they can just dial into a bridge. No one knows where
Yes.
that phone
Yeah.
number is coming from, right? They have no access.
Right. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
That's
yeah, that's great.
yep.
That's great.
Absolutely. Okay.
They can
Yeah.
connect.
Perfect.
Yeah. So that, I think this could
Um.
work.
Yeah.
Our
For
platform
sure.
runs on Ruby on Rails as a development platform. So I don't know if that matters
Okay.
as far as your integration, but it's worth noting.
Okay. Okay. Let me write that down. That's going to mean way more to my development team than to me. I'm like
Yeah.
the frontline salesperson. So, but
Right.
believe me, they'll understand and I won't. So that's good. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I'd
I
like
can tell
to.
you a little bit about the browser capabilities. So
Great.
we're built. We have a WebRTC. We're using the WebRTC offering right now, which is becoming more mainstream and more asked for.
Right.
It's right. It's just more out there. But um, browsers, or specifically Internet Explorer, Firefox, Safari, haven't really gotten up to speed in terms of supporting WebRTC. So right now it's got full support behind Google Chrome. That's the preferred browser. Other browsers you can use WebRTC to an extent. You could join the audio call, but you can't participate in video. So anyway, so at this point, in terms of accessibility, we have the desktop apps that we would request people download in order to join an online meeting that has nothing to do with simply dialing a number and entering a code, of course. We think that's going to change in the next few months, so be a little bit more browser agnostic. It's on the roadmap. I just don't have a hard ETA on that
Okay. So Chrome is
for you.
everything works well on Chrome today, and looking at
Oh yes,
Safari and
yep,
others. There are too many more other
yep.
ones. It's really Safari
There's
and
so many other ones. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. There's so many other ones. Chrome's fine. I mean, yeah, Chrome. Obviously, I'm on a Mac. It doesn't matter what your laptop desktop is. But the desktop app works seamlessly as well. It's just they like the no download thing, right? They like to hear that. So
Yeah.
that's. So
Yeah.
generally it is. Chrome's popular enough to do that. And anyway, the other browsers are working to support it, so it's hopefully now it's just a moment in time conversation for us, and it won't really be relevant in the near future. So that's good news. So I think normally I would love to set up a call as next step with maybe with our CEO, maybe, I don't know, maybe our COO. However, being August, and given that Canada seems to just take off August, I wish I lived there. But our CEO's in Japan for the next, oh gosh, week after next, he's back. COO is there. So what I'm thinking is I would like to send you kind of our corporate stack, so you can kind of take a look at the technology behind everything, a little bit more about us, and also get you a demo account so you can play around with it as well, and just just host some meetings, do some calls. Obviously, we'll just set that up for you and send it out. If you've got other users that you would like to offer this to, just let me know. I'm happy to set up a few under the same umbrella as you are, and try it out. I think that's a good way to kind of move it forward, and then we can decide when I can engage other individuals. We can have a follow-up call on that.
Do you have do you have a sense of pricing? Do you have a standard model, or is it something you have to understand the application?
Yeah. So for the integration piece and the powered by, I don't. That is not something, believe it or not, I don't have that model in front of me. Full white label, which I don't think, again, is what we're discussing right now. There's an implementation fee. It's generally about $5,000, and then there are monthly minimums depending upon what is realistic. But there again, that's for our white label. So somebody who really was going to go out there, say, like, who are we talking to right now? We've got a couple of international partners that operate phone systems in other countries, and they want to add this on as a communications piece. People like that, right? So they're not fully behind their brand. So that's more of that model. But I don't. I really don't. I'd have to get that from our CEO and have him. And he may need to ask more questions to come up with something that makes sense. So that's why I was thinking the next step would be, review some documentation, play with it, and then we'll try to get on a call with Jason when he's back.
Yeah, that sounds great. I'd love to do that. And is there a fee for the people who dial in if they're calling in to the bridge? Are they being billed per minute for calls?
Not. That's question is, well, you've got to think of it just in terms of regular telecom, right? So if you have a mobile phone and you dial a number in New York or in LA, you're not going to get charged anything. Local numbers are part of every planned package. But if you are somebody in a rural part of Indiana on a farm, and you may have some old WorldCom lines or something, and you have a long distance charge just because that's the technology you're on, that could happen. Generally, though, there's not.
Generally, that's great. Really good. This would be great if you could send along the deck and everything, and then let me know when we can get a call together. I'd love to keep exploring this.
Yep, absolutely. And like I said, I know I think that would be the right way to go. I'll touch base with Jason when he's back. I know I'm out next week for a few days, and then he's out, so probably the following week. But that'll give you some time to review the deck and try the platform out, and you'll have that many more questions for us, I'm sure, at that point. Having gone through it and used it, so I think that kind of makes sense.
Sounds good. Yeah, that sounds great.
All right.
Very good.
All right, wonderful. Well, it was great to chat with you. Thanks for jumping on so quickly later on a Friday. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
I'll get that over to you today since I'm going to be gone. I want to make sure you have it. If you have any questions or problems logging into your account, just let me know. I'll have my laptop with me. Next week, I just won't be in my office. So.
Yeah, sure. No problem. That sounds good. Yeah, I appreciate you getting on so quickly as well. And look forward to the material in our next call.
All right, sounds good. Have a wonderful weekend.
You too.
Yes. Well, it's work, unfortunately. I'll be in New York at a conference, so. But, I'll be in Times Square and I'm not paying for it, so I guess that's a thing, right? So.
Yeah, not bad.
There is that at least, but all right. Thanks, Stephen. Have a great weekend, and we'll chat soon.
Okay, you too. Thanks.